Okay, day 3 of Let's Learn the Long Dark. Since I last left, essentially I ate almost all of my food and drank a fair chunk of my water, and we're still stuck in this ice cave. On the plus side, I'm nice and warm, no afflictions. Apart from being hungry, I'm in pretty good shape, which is great. I'm just gonna pick up my bedroll and we'll see if we can have better luck this time. This is going to be a bit of a bad time to leave. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start off by picking up. In the morning it's really useful to do tasks, because otherwise it's minus 30. So I'm going to run out quickly, grab some fuel for my fire, and then top up my water reserves. Just want to double check. Yeah, definitely looted that. Need a hatchet to get through that way. I'm hoping to find some sticks literally right here. I'm a bit annoyed that there aren't, but that's not the end of the world. There's this bound to be some just over there. Can't see any cattails. I've exhausted almost all my food now. This kind of forces today into being a bit more of a make or break scenario, so I need to make it from that ice cave into somewhere productive today, i.e. that smoke that we found yesterday. Love how beautiful the morning is though. I mean, it's a harsh mistress, right, but just loving this gorgeous red shade of sunlight. Let's have a bit of a wander. I think what these lovely visuals this game produces really need. Some nice background music. So I might see about learning some kind of editing skill of some kind and getting that done. For now, let's just grab a bunch of sticks. Focus on not dying immediately today. Always that segues too cleanly into a season 2, doesn't it? It's just I decide that I'm going to up my production quality. Bam, dead. Well, I might as well start now.
Need to find some place to escape this cold.
Yeah, and already I'm about to start losing condition because of the cold. But that little foray does mean that I'm able to gather up water for today.
All I can think about is food.
Get up some warmth. Well, campfire's around here somewhere, isn't it? Good, I can't see anything now. Guess I just want to put this down somewhere where 41 sticks out too nicely. Need to find some stuff to loot though, down to 9 matches. That's probably another couple of days worth. If I get lucky. I look for the first fire of the day. It's like a stupid belief, but it feels like it sets you up for the day. So accelerant cheats. So you can't rely on those ones. It feels like if this goes well, great, my day's gonna go well. Now we're on. Okay, let's put a little tin here. Start making some of those. While that's happening, let's take a torch. 18 minutes. So I have a bit of an explore of this ice cave really and see what's... That coal's really useful. Step just too far forwards trying to get that stick. Let's explore the far other end of the ice cave. It's well worth having this kind of thing where you grab a torch every so often just so that you can look at what materials you might be able to scavenge. In 9 minutes. I'll be careful here. What I don't want to happen is to have my... Oh yes. That's just massive. Extra firewood. Come down here and use that. Put this torch back in as well. There you go. Trades and cedar firewood. Don't think I've got anything else I can add, do I, in terms of food? No. Just eat something. 15 minutes until boiled. Okay, and that takes about 10 minutes off the lifetime of the fire. Every time you pinch a stick off of it, but that's fine. Stones. Weird glowing fungus. They were just ice. Oh, full and proper torch here. More coal. Now what you can do is you can drop one, to save matches, you can drop one torch before it goes out and then use it to light another torch. Right, I have to be careful not to get lost here. Let's keep this straightforward route as the main one.
Never been so hungry in my life.
This looks like this is leading on its way out. Let's do to another zone. Oh my god. That was amazing. Can't believe I just found a rabbit. And another exit, which presumably goes to another part of the game world. Another region. Okay. I'm going to focus now on just getting back. There's obviously a lot more to this cave. What I don't want to do is screw myself over by getting lost. Which is all too easy. So I'm going to keep the pace up. Yes, good. Found my way back. That's a good sign. That looks like it's boiling. Let's take that. More, please. Let's throw our torches on. I'm going to keep this one because it'll help me deal with predators, etc. And what this is going to allow me to do, I can get some meat out of this rabbit. Okay, that's my little 300 gram one. Yeah, 9 minutes, perfect. Right, let's use this time to be productive. I'm gonna get my smallest bit of rabbit. Sting that down there. 2 minutes. 8 until ready. grab it. 15. So I'll do that. Times it like, not too bad. That's going to be 1 hour 6 minutes. I want to go after that's cooked, I think. Minutes on the campfire. Right, let's do this one last bit of water. Right, I'm just gonna grab a torch. I think that's the deep dark depths. Oh no, this is the way out. Good. What's it like? -9, that's much more accommodating. We don't want to have his like 2 or 3 things being crap all at once. I'm going to drink some of my water because I've got plenty of it. Right. Let's make a break for it. Those crows are indicating that dead body that I looted earlier. Quite happy to leave that. That's that route over there. I'm going to explore over this way and see whether we can use this route. To get over to where we need to be. We want to explore and see what that rising smoke was. Need to find some kind of shelter or lootable thing or some kind of, you know, man-made stuff. There's that rope that I found the other day. Could use that to get around. Right. Come on. Don't get me stuck there. Right, so let's go over. I'm in pretty good condition. I go over, find that rope that I found on day 1 that allowed me to descend into that valley. And see if I can find this source of whatever that smoke is. I don't know whether it's like a crashed plane or... My absolute ideal would be some kind of shack, but you know, what would be keeping the fire alight? So I think that one's out the window really. Served me well, Mr. Torch. Slob you. So when it's down like that, you can actually just select your next torch, put it over the other one, just kind of point your cursor over it and it'll sit there and say light, and you can hold it down and it will light your torch off of the other one. Okay, so I want to go down here and around. And I want to make sure that my insurance is high enough because I do not want to fall here. That might be game ending. That's looking good. This is when you take that risk, and as you're going down, you're kind of saying, well, am I going down fast enough to cope with the descent? I guess the beauty of it is climbing down is obviously a lot less tiring than climbing up. And you're also getting safer the longer you're on the thing. Hushed river. Okay, I will need this food. Because I'm quite happy to spend condition to buy me time for now. But what I don't really want is 2 afflictions knocking down my condition at any one time. I'm quite happy to be kind of hungry or thirsty or dying of fatigue. But I don't want to do 2 of them at the same time, then my health's just going to go down too quickly. That's a little bit realistic, right? So if you've got another cave. So if you've got, say, so there's an RAS survival ration, right? And on it says basically don't eat the food if you've got less than 3 pints of water per day. What they're essentially saying is you know, if you're dying of thirst, you can't afford to be worrying about your food intake. It's going to make your thirst go down faster, and you're going to die much faster of that than you would anything else. Ooh.
Could end up being useful.
This is getting more like a lucky run, isn't it? Finally get my shit together. I say as I then hope. How shelters this back here? Right. So here is where I can warm up if I get into an emergency. This is my fallback point. Yeah, so if you have like if you're dying of thirst, basically you're eating food will use water to digest it. That's kind of how your body breaks down the energy. Part of what it does is it spends water to digest it, which is why you should not eat if you're really, really thirsty. It'll just exacerbate your thirst. Of course, you can last quite a long time without food, but you can't last all that long without water. This game kind of, I don't think it's quite as serious as that in terms of making you die a lot faster of water than of food. You know, it's a game, it's not a simulation, but it is again kind of that balancing, right, of, what's that? Oh, another waterfall. It needs to be the land of caves and waterfalls. Let's see if I can get up this tree. I feel like there, wasn't it, that we were pointing out, which has got that fire. And there's a little bit of a hint of smoke there. So remember when we looked at the position of the sun last time at midday? That's what I love about this game as well, is because of the fact they've got these kinds of things done correctly. There's position of the sun, there's even phases of the moon, that kind of thing, which change over a period of weeks. So I like the fact they've got some of these things correct so that you can use some of the eyeball navigation and that kind of stuff, which you can get done in real life when you're in the countryside and that kind of stuff, and you're like, oh, you know, I know that I'm north of where I was before, but which way is north? And you can do it by doing things like looking at the sun, etc. Don't know how much I'll bore you guys about the bits and pieces I know of survival over this period of time. I imagine it's quite a lot because I do like to waffle. Okay, I feel like we need to be further this way. That's another thing I've learned over time, is my instinct for direction in terms of do I want to go left here or right here is wrong about 90% of the time. But not this time. That's where I want to be. something to get around and over. I'm getting cold now. Might need to eat something in a second. Just have one thing. Exposure will kill you the fastest, right, in real life. Especially in a place like this. A place like this can finish you off really, really quickly. Okay, so I can go down and around. That's the other thing, is you want to plan your route really from... Sounds obvious, right? But people don't do it. They'll kind of sit there and get here and then try and plan where they're going to go from here. It's like, well, you can't see anything. If you just pop up there, you can then look around at the things that you can see and orient yourself and try and pick landmarks, you know. Thankfully that's got basically the equivalent of a massive beacon.
Not sure why I feel so tired.
What are you looking like? Why are you so tired? You haven't been up all that long. Need to get you some coffee, mate. There's some other interesting places around this side to explore. There's a lot more, like where I was before, it really felt like I've got my back against a big mountain. And there's just rock and that's kind of it. Not overly worried about you, Mr. Rabbit, you're okay for now. Come back and kill you later, but till then you'll just wait, which is going to slow me down and cause all my gear to rot. I say cause all my gear to rot, but that, which is wrong. But what it will actually do is it will cause the rabbit to rot. It's like, wow, I would just waste a load of carrying effort. Like everything in this game, is just a resource. You know, like how much weight you can carry, how tired you are, how hungry you are, how thirsty you are, how much water and food you're carrying. Shit, that's a bear. Right. Let's not go too close to the bear. I have to get past that to get where I want to go. I want to practice dropping a... Right. Tree. Yeah. Okay.
So hungry.
It's also worth knowing which foods exacerbate... Oh, this is just getting better and better. Which foods exacerbate thirst and which ones don't. So just then I noticed the fact, like you eat salty crackers in this game, and I'm going to put a fire there and extract some meat out of that in a second. Warm back up. But if you get like salty crackers in this game, you get a bunch of calories, which is great, but it just like it eats your thirst. So it's the kind of thing where if you're like in a nice little position, you got plenty of water, great, eat some salty crackers, no problem. But if you got absolutely no water and your thirst is high, you really want to be eating things like cattails in this game, because cattails in this game don't exacerbate your thirst. Any Falls Vista. That is actually just beautiful though, isn't it? I think that's got to be a screenshot. So I got a route down from here, but I was actually after a route up. Because this was basically underneath that fire. So I'm going to go back around. I'm going to warm myself back up a bit. Too tired. Too cold. Got my weight's telling me I'm carrying way too much. I've got a lot of firewood at the moment. That does mean that if I find a rope or something to climb up with, Like, I wouldn't want to take that risk now. Not when I'm too tired. Carrying too much weight. That's just a bad idea. That is just beautiful. This game is absolutely stunning. It's amazing. Right, focus. A nice tool will help keep your morale up, and that's important in a real survival situation, but they haven't got like a morale meter, which goes, I'm really miserable, I need a good view, and if I don't get it I'm going to die. So I'll keep my morale up and just keep my guy in and okay and not
Just
die.
lay down. Have a little sleep right here.
Right. It's going to start bleeding off my well-being too quickly. I want to put my fire ideally somewhere which is sheltered because this wind's starting to pick up. My major concern is that I'll actually end up the fire going out because of the wind. So this is protected from the wind here. Oh, and a route up. This is it. This is exciting. I'm going to find whatever that is. Oh. Bloody game. Just like real life. I do something in a particularly certain way for a particularly great set of reasons. Like my fire won't go out then. And real life just conspires against you. Okay, well let's try it here. A little bit concerned about this. I'm not entirely sure this really is the best option. Right, now here's a nice little trick. Okay, I'm going to get my torch open first. Right? Never fail to light a torch. So now I can use this to light my fire. This allows me to have multiple goes at lighting a campfire using one match. All I'm going to do is just burn off a little bit of stuff off my torch. Yeah, this wind's picking up.
Are you serious?
Wow, seriously angry, man. See, at the moment we used a few percentage of torch, but this will be a second match. I haven't got a lot of matches, and I really need them. So I'll be quite happy to be using this torch to start my fires. I'm concerned by how much that smoke is going sideways. It's really easy to start a fire and then have it so that the wind and the weather just puts it out. I'd much rather it be snowing, to be honest.
Thank goodness for that.
Right, let's extinguish my torch. Put that away. Actually, it's really got an hour, hasn't it? Oh shit. Oh, you are kidding me. I knew this was going to happen. I absolutely knew this was going to happen. So, I mean, effectively, I've left that can at the last place that I had a fire, I think. Oh, what a disaster. Because you never had to worry about this before, you never used to have to do it. I can quarter it now. That's interesting. I'll just take the 23 minutes to get the
I'd eat anything right about now.
just the meat. I can't believe I've done that. That's so stupid. I'm going to be kicking myself for a while on that, aren't I? Right, big problem here then is water. How much have I got? Probably enough for today and maybe tomorrow. So if I manage to get another container up from where this fire is, then I'm alright and I'll be happy. Just put a few sticks on here first while I think my way through. So I got 11 minutes, 1 hour 28. Cool. Let's just eat it. Right, I'm going to save this one.
I need to find food.
Right. I might do something ridiculously high risk now. Sensible thing is to bed down somewhere nice. There's a bear over here, that's a problem. If I find a cave over here, entirely possible the bear sneaks up at me during the night and then bam, that's it. Dead. I'd ideally like to not be dead. Where'd you just kind of... Do I just go all in? Is that what I do? His base is protected, what does this feel like? -7. This is what I should have actually done. I wasn't really thinking it through properly. What I needed to do was I'm going to sleep for 1 hour just to get myself off the bottom. Good, yeah. It's really cold. It's expected. At least I'm going to leave this behind. Right, how much am I supposed to carry versus how much I am carrying? Only a few kilos. What can I afford to drop?
I'm freezing.
Right, let's drop you, drop you. Some sticks. That can go on. I really want to keep those knives. So what have we got? Fire starting materials. I don't need all these, do I? Give myself 10. Oh, you're close enough. Right. Let's drop a bunch of these. Cool. That's just nowhere near enough. Right, change your plan. What am I doing with all these bloody cattail heads? This is ridiculous. Right, so don't worry about all the cattail heads, but let's get a fire going and let's spend the night here. Use my torch again.
Something's making me feel really tired.
Right, so I'm going to throw all my stuff in on this in terms of this fire, get it running just as long as I can, and I'm just going to basically try and last the night.
Come on. Waste of damn time.
So already today that's 2 matches I've saved by using the torch technique. Definitely recommended.
Come on. Come on.
My wind direction has changed.
Well, That didn't work.
Right, 3 matches saved. I can stay reasonably calm at this point, but if I was burning through all those matches as well, I'd be feeling like I was getting into a much more desperate situation, much faster, and that's not good. Can't believe how badly, like, this is a pattern, right? I don't think I can be blaming anyone else when like all 3 of my days have been unmitigated disasters. This one, weirdly, although I got kind of closest to my goal, if you like, it's probably been the worst day, because if I don't find a container up where I'm going, I've got to go all the way back to that ice cave, see if I can find that again, see if I can find which fire I left that sodding tin on. I'm really hoping just wherever I'm going has got a container. Come on, you assholes. So we're nearly out of matches at this point. So at least I did this.
Come on.
See, for now I'm warm enough. It's kind of saying, you know, my hypothermia risk has gone away because I'm kind of, you know, in the corner. I'm not that cold without the wind chill, but it's going to get seriously colder in the night. I'm just going to aim for little bits of, oh thank God.
Turned out pretty well.
No, no! Extinguish it, please. It's better. Great. So here I am basically just going to throw on everything. Right, I need 17 minutes before I can throw any coal in there. Have though at least got food. I can't believe that about the water. So annoyed. Right, that's lucky at least. At least I can place this somewhere nearby. I'm gonna just have a quick hour's shut eye. But the wind doesn't change to a direction where no! You absolute bellend, are you serious? Right, well this is it now. All my fuel's gone. I got bugger all energy. I can't believe I set that. So here would have worked, that's nice to know. Right, let's get my energy up. Enough bitching and complaining. Let's get this sorted. There is something that's causing smoke up there, which leads me to believe that that's got to be some kind of fire. Really hoping that that means it's got supplies and is warm. Shit. Feels like minus 41. Ah, I'm so tired. Oh, that's not gonna happen. Can't believe it. This might be it. I mean, it's minus 27 outside. This is why you go for caves. Right, exactly this. All seems nice to me. Oh, just pick this nice little. Right, I've got to find the cave. I've got to risk it with the bear.
I'm too tired to think straight.
I'll find fuel as I go. Great, that's that. It's down here and then left. I have to basically stick against this wall, picking up as many sticks as I can as I go. Trying to freeze to death. I can't afford to not stick next to this wall. If I lose my bearings out in the middle of that, then that's, you know, that's death right away. Can't really see what's going on. Ah, a stick. Ah, it's not even a stick. I'm really clutching for straws now.
Just want to lay down for a bit.
This is disastrous. Let's get against the wall for a little bit of shelter against this weather. Just need to get into a cave. Play like a handful of sticks into a cave, and I might live through this. If that's a cave or a rock. I think it's a rock. Yep. Not too worried about being this fatigued, but I'm very, very worried about this cold. I can barely see the sticks on the ground to pick them up. It shows how desperate I am. I'm wandering through bear country looking for a cave. That shows you that you're in trouble when you're doing this as your view of your best shot for survival. How do you think you're going to live? I'm going to find a cave and there's a good chance a bear might live in it. And I'm just going to go in there and, you know, hope it doesn't mind me spending the night. Hope it doesn't notice that I'm edible. Please.
I think I can use this.
It's just crap for now, but am I seeing things? I thought there was a cave there. There's the bat. Right on cue. Ah, it's this scrub brush thing. That's a lot of sticks. But I need to be warm before I can do that. Although I'm freezing to death in it, this night is looking particularly beautiful. There's Aurora. This increased visibility is only going to help me massively, actually. We do need to be able to spot something, anything. A building, a shack. Now I'm really getting optimistic. A cave. Something where that sodding wind won't just turn and blow out my damn huge fire. That's bad. Got green glowing ghost walls, so you leave them alone, right? Where's that sodding thing we're aiming for? Taunting us. Come on, live. See some sticks. That's what I need. Now I need a shelter. Not too much to ask, is it? Sticks and a bit of shelter. Oh my god. Is that an actual intact snow shelter? Oh my god, I actually can't believe that. Look at all that. Got his knife, I got food. This has been used recently as well. Ah, the cooking pot! You absolute joke. Can't believe that. How lucky is that? Right. Just use it. What's it like in here now? Feels like 4 degrees C. Yeah, let's do that. Let's drink that soda. Let's drink a bit of water. And let's use our bedroll. Just want to sleep in little chunks. Still warm. Because I'm going in a couple of hour chunks is because it means that if it all goes much colder, I should wake up and be freezing as opposed to just sleeping through it and dying. I can't believe how lucky that was. Stumbling around in a blizzard waiting to die. Shit me. Okay, right, wow. I thought that was us as an absolute goner. We've been given another chance to survive by the gods. So that's it for today. I'll catch you tomorrow.